Hi everyone and welcome back to English 5 course. We are going to work with speaking today and different speaking situations. So speaking, English 5, presenting. Let's start it. Now the content of today's lesson is to talk about purpose, listeners, and context, but also how to create interest when you are presenting something. So we will talk about the structure of presentation or the speech. We will talk about the digital devices that you may use in your presentation, as well as when you will be an audience. What should you think about when you listen to others holding the speech? Okay? So first of all, purpose, listeners, and context. You need to think about what is the purpose of your speech, who is listening, to whom are you addressing your presentation or your speech, in what context are you presenting something. All of this in order to adjust your speech or your presentation accordingly. All right? But you also need to know how to create interest. It's very important that in the beginning of your speech that you start off very well. And good thing to think about it is to be personal, to use personal experience, how to create an engagement to the audience, and you need to think about the content and how you speak. You should use some humors in your speech, as well as you should use pictures and how you use your body language. And if you are very still or you use your arms, and the tone of your voice is also very important. And it's also important that you try to get some recognition between yourself as a speaker and the audience that you speak to. Right? Now go on to the structure of your presentation or your speech. Beginning or opening. And here you can just begin your speech by asking a rhetorical question. Rhetorical question is a question that you don't have an answer to, but you just throw it to the audience to create an interest. Or you can begin your presentation by saying a joke or funny stories or a strong statement, and so on and so forth. Now presentation or information. So while you are presenting, you are going to give a lot of information, and you will answer the audience about your presentation. Go on to closure. And also here the closure of your presentation is very important, as well as the beginning of your presentation and the middle of it. So you should tie up everything you are talking about it. Do you have questions that you want to throw out to the audience? Answers? do you want to thanks your audience or some sort of conclusion? So you should think about all of these parts of your speech or your presentation. Now go on to the digital devices. And here you can use some film clips, pictures, background, music, and so on. You might do a PowerPoint, use Keynote or Google presentation. You might use pictures and or notice. But you should also be careful that you don't use also something which is not allowed. That's why you should be very careful about the copyrights. And it is also very important that you know which text type or style you use in your presentation and even the color. Okay? Now go on to this part, which is to be an audience. And to be an audience, you should have an active listening. You will show also respect. You will react with the speaker, and you will show your support. And you should be very curious. And you should learn you something about the presentation, right? So that was all for this lesson. I wish you the best of luck and thanks for listening. Bye bye.